This is Sunny. She is reading the story From Wheat Seed to Bread. Go ahead, Sunny.
Bread is one of the world's
oldest
food. People have been baking and eating bread for almost 12,000 years. Do you know that wheat flour is the main ingredient in bread? Have you ever seen a wheat field in the country? Do you know what happens to the wheat between the farm and the bakery? Wheat goes through many changes before it becomes a loaf of bread, and it all starts with tiny seeds. As the seed absorbs water from the soil, it begins to grow. Tiny roots push down into the dirt, and a slender shoot pokes through the ground. This shoot becomes the plant stem and first leaf. As the plant grows, a tiny develops.
You gotta speak louder.
At the tip of the stem.
Louder.
The head holds many flowers, but these flowers do not look like the colorful ones you see in the garden. A pair of thin green scales protects each little bud with wheat grains from inside the flower. These grains or kernels are the only part of the wheat plant humans use for food. As the wheat plant matures, it changes color from wheat green to deep gold. The kernels grow plump and then dry. When the stalk hardens and dries out, the farmer knows the wheat is ready to harvest. Once the wheat is harvested, it is carried to a mill by a truck. The mill is a large factory that processes wheat to make flour. At the mill, the grain is first cleaned and
sorted.
Then it goes into a bin with a small quantity of water. The water makes the kernels easier to grind. Next, heavy rollers crack and grind the grain. These remove the bran and the germ from the kernels. The bran is the kernel
Use your finger.
Shell, and the germ is the part of the kernel that grows a new plant. The grain moves through the rollers until it becomes a coarse powder. Then the sifter separates the powder. The smaller pieces are sifted out. The large and the larger pieces move to the next set of rollers. The process repeats many times. Finally, the wheat becomes soft, silky flour. Workers at the mill must beat the flour. This makes the flour whiter. Sometimes the flour is also enriched with vitamins and minerals. if workers at the mill want to make whole wheat flour, they add the bran and the germ. That was removed
earlier.
The finished flour flows down long shoots into bags or bins. Then it is transported to the bakery. To make a loaf of bread, the baker adds water and it to the flour. The baker might add oil, salt, eggs, or a pinch of sugar to add flavor. The baker uses a mixer to blend it together and form a thick dough. The dough then moves to the kneading machine, which punches and pulls it, and the machine works. The dough changes. It becomes smooth and stretchy. Another machine develops it and shapes the dough and places in the in baking pans to rest. While the dough rests, the yeast goes to work. It is a live organism. It feeds on sugar in the flour and gives off gases and that cause the dough to rise. When the dough is light and airy, it is ready to bake. The hot oven transforms the dough into bread. When the bread is ready, it will be put on the shelves or shelf. Finally, the tiny wheat seeds' long journey from the country to the bakery is complex.